This is the hello guys. Welcome to Monday. Today I'm trying to stream from my laptop. I'm I'm going to see. Okay, so hello guys. Welcome to Monday. Today is the 8th episode of my lunch break sessions at 1 p.m. And today I'm trying to stream from my laptop to see the difference because before I was using my phone. I don't know. Tell me, is this better so that I continue with this or I go back to my phone? But we're still trying and seeing how we can better the lunch break sessions. I'm hoping that they've been useful to you. Today being Monday, we're always talking about personal development, how you can enhance your productivity, how you can build your capacity, and how you can be and do better every day. So earlier today, I wrote on how you can be good at what you do, the 5 ways to be good at what you do. And I'm hoping that you've read it and it's been useful to you. This afternoon, we are looking at this interesting topic, which is being good at what you do enough? So in the morning, we looked at 5 ways of being good at what you do. And in the afternoon, we are asking this question, is being good at what you do enough? And already we've had Dr. Mwakun say that, no, please, it's not enough. And that's exactly what I am sharing with you today. It's not enough to be just good at what you do. I know what the Bible says, that if you're good at what you do or your diligence with your work, you shall appear before kings and not mere people. And that's true, because if you're good at what you do, you are sought after. And then, at the end of the day, you are given the opportunity to demonstrate what you're good at. But in whatever setting you find yourself, whether it is at work or even doing your own business, at school or in your career, one of the things you should know is that there are more things to your career advancement, there are more things to your personal growth, there are more things to helping you to grow beyond being good at what you do. I mean, that's fundamental, because the truth is, if you're good at what you do, nobody can deny you, and nobody can even lie. Your enemies can't even deny that you're good at what you do. But no, that's the fundamental. Be good at what you do and let your work speak. All right, because mostly it's not even about what you say, it is about what you do, and what you do is people refer to. So then if you're good at what you do, that is fundamentally it's covered, and you have a good chance at life. But life is such that you're not the only one that is good at what you do, and most people tend to even be better because they have more exposure, more opportunities and all that. And every time having that recognition that someone could even be better than you, there are always things that you need to do to ensure that you're consistently ahead of the competition. And some of these things are the things that I'm going to share with you. And that's why sometimes you see people that may not necessarily be better at what they're doing compared to what you do, but they have certain opportunities and certain platforms that you don't have. And I'm sure you've seen that when you get upset that, but I'm better than this guy, but then he's on this platform, he's on that platform, he has this opportunity, and you don't seem to have those opportunities as well. Why is that so? And that's what we are coming to look at today. All right, so the question I'm asking today is being good at what you do enough? And the truth is, it is not, because a lot of things go into advancing your career, advancing your business beyond being good at what you do. But I'll say this again, and I'll keep stressing on it. Make sure at least the fundamental is covered, which is being good at what you do. And if you read my 5 ways of being good at what you do, it would really, really help you. So this afternoon, let me just share about 4 or 5 things, and then I'll be out of your way. All right, so the first one is, aside being good at what you do, learn how to build relationships. Learn how to build relationships, because perfecting your craft, advancing your knowledge and your skill set and your career and everything is not for yourself. It is almost always for other people. And I say almost always because sometimes you work with other things beyond people, but even that, it is also for the good of people. Like when you work with trees, when you work with animals and all those things, it's still for the good of people. So like it or not, it all comes back to people. So then if you're good at what you do and you add the act of building productive, resourceful relationship, it helps people to speak your name and refer you to places that will grant you those opportunities to be able to perform what you do at those kinds of levels. All right, so sometimes it's not just being good at what you do. Build strategic relationship. So be very strategic with your relationships. Who do you need to be able to know, and for them to know you, and for them to witness how good you are, for them to be able to open doors of opportunities onto you? Build relationship. If you're already working in a company, just don't, focus on the people that you work with. Make sure that you're expanding your network to even the MD, managers that are not, in your department. Just make sure people know you and know the value that you bring. Because at the end of the day, it's someone that is going to whisper your name somewhere, it's someone that is going to mention your name in a meeting, it's someone that is going to refer you, it's someone that is going to give you an opportunity. So then if you are not strategic about your relationships, just being good with what you do is not enough. So be very, very strategic. Your network is your net worth, and I'm sure you've heard it before. And it works everywhere, and that's why people who are not as good as you are getting some amazing opportunities, because they know people. And people know them, and they know how good they are. So then in referring them, it's not a problem at all. Build strategic relationships. And it's an act. It's not just because you're a sanguine so you know people. Sanguines actually build very terrible relationships because they move on quickly and they don't remember names, they don't remember special dates, they don't remember anything about you. A sanguine can see you today and you guys will be like best friends. But tomorrow they've probably forgotten about you. I mean, sanguines are those that will sit in class with you for 4 years and then in 4 months they've forgotten about you. So it's not just about your ability to, build rapport or to introduce yourself or to have a conversation. No, it's about how do you build an impression and how do you sustain this impression over the long haul. So it's not just about being an extrovert. Learn the act of building strategic relationship. Learn the act of connecting before you have a need. Because most people connect when they have a need. But in the presence of need, people don't feel obligated to help because they feel that you want to use them. So learn how to connect with people beyond a need. So then you check on them before you ever will need anything. Make sure they know that you have them in mind. Make sure they know you care. Make sure they know that you are available when they need any help, in line with the things that you're good in. And when they experience how good you are, they'll be confident to refer you to other people and at other places. So build strategic relationship. And remember, it's an act. So you need to learn how to do it. You need to practice and practice and practice until you become very good at it. Build strategic relationship. Okay. 2, work on your personal brand. We've said this many times. Listen, the world is so noisy now that it's not enough to be known. It's not enough to be known. It's not enough that, oh, you're good at what you do and that's it. Because the moment somebody hears your name, so maybe through your strategic relationship, a referral has been made or your name has been mentioned somewhere, the first thing they do is to Google your name. The first thing they do. See, now it's not about, those times when somebody Googles your name and your name comes up and there's some content on your name. It's like, hey, you've achieved. It's like, right now, if you don't have an online presence or what we call a digital footprint, then you are missing out. And there are 2 ways. The primary one is what you put on the internet, and then the secondary one is what other people put on the internet about you. So what other people put on the internet about you is some sort of an endorsement, because it's a third-party content, which is mostly relied on even beyond the things you post. But the good thing is that your primary content is a form of verification. Because when they hear something and they come to your platform, like your website, your social media, and all those things, and then they come and verify, then they can believe whatever anybody is telling them. If my name is mentioned anywhere that Ekow Mensah is a speaker, and then you Google my name and then you come on my Facebook timeline, there's no way you're going to doubt that I'm a speaker, because I speak every day at 1 p.m. right here on this platform. So how would you ever doubt that I am a speaker? All right. So make sure you're building your personal brand and leaving digital footprints. And I see Yvonne here. Yvonne, happy belated birthday. So make sure you're building digital footprints. Make sure just Google your name. All right. If you listen to me, watching me, Google your name and see what comes up, because that actually is a demonstration of who you are, what you're about, and what you do. And if your online presence doesn't reflect how good you are, you're losing out on a lot of opportunities. So personal branding is not about self-selling or self-gratification or making noise about yourself. But if you don't tell your own story, who do you expect to tell your own story for you? Put your content out there. Put your images out there. Build the perception of what you want the world to remember you and to know you by online, because that's the first place anybody goes when you need a job, when you need an opportunity, when you need a favor, when your name is mentioned. They always check your online presence to make sure that this is a verifiable information. They don't just jump on it just because somebody has said it. So make sure you're focused on your digital footprint. Make sure you're focused on your personal brand. And basically, personal brand is about telling the world what you want them to know about you. And now, because of the noise in the world, anything you tell the world about you, they believe it. And the more you tell it, the more people believe it, the more it becomes what it is. And at the end of the day, people can even tend to be frauds. But because a lot of people believe they are frauds, sometimes people are even not, they don't believe that these people are fraudulent. So make sure you are intentional about putting out content about yourself and then building your personal brand. All right. The third one is explore opportunities for continuous growth. Explore opportunities for continuous growth. Listen, the world is moving at such a pace that those of us down here in Africa and Ghana and all that, already we are very far behind. So if you are a local champion, know that globally you probably will be irrelevant. So consistently look for opportunities for continuous growth. Always challenge yourself. If it's public speaking, find out what professional public speaking looks like. If you can enter competitions to challenge your capacity and your potential, do that. Because at the end of the day, when you're doing it in your own world, you think it's just you. But when you get out there and then you explore what others are doing, you see that, Charlie, you have a long way to go. And everything you know how to do, the world is evolving out of it. So then if you knew something last year, it's probably getting obsolete this year. So then if you want to be ahead of the competition, if you want to be ahead of your time, if you want to be known as the best in the industry, the best in the sector, always look for and explore opportunities for continuous growth. Growth in your mindset, in your knowledge, in your skills, in your potential to deliver, in your even the way you manage your resources, the way you manage your time. Everything around you should be working towards continuous growth. And most importantly, about the way you deliver the things that you're good at. Always explore opportunities for continuous growth. Always explore opportunities for continuous growth. And learn about leadership. Because you see, there are various levels of implementation or of growth, if I'll put it that way. There's a level where you absorb a lot, which is the knowledge acquisition stage, where you are just absorbing knowledge, you are learning, you are, just understanding what is required of you in a particular industry, in a particular sector. So for instance, let me take Yvonne. She's the CEO of Edible Treats. So when she started learning this whole thing about cake and pastry making and everything, she had to first of all absorb the knowledge of what it takes. And secondly, start building the skills and the competencies needed to be able to deliver. All right, so she learns it, understands what it takes, the nitty-gritties, the mixtures and all those things, and then she goes into practically learning the skill sets that it needs to be able to deliver things on their own. So when you're learning, you need help. You are the form of dependency. When you're building the skills, you are the form of dependency, but you eventually move into independence where when you're on your own, you can still deliver on. But if Yvonne remains at the point of skills alone, without learning how to build experience and competence, it means that she's not going to be effective and efficient. What that means is that she will spend a lot of time delivering one cake compared to her competitor or somebody else. So now she has to enhance her capacity to be able to be effective and efficient. That is, do the right thing and do it on time. So now if she used to do a cake in one day, she has to learn how to speed it up to do a quality cake in an hour. That's competence. That's what experience brings. And that's why a lot of the time, those of you especially that don't have jobs, they are looking for experience because they don't want you to come and waste time and resources. They need to know that within a limited time frame, you'll still be able to deliver. So go and waste your time somewhere else learning the knowledge and the skills, and then bring the competence to us so that we can get value for money. That's what it means. So then make sure you are moving from knowledge to skill set to competence to experience, because that's where the real money is. Experience. If Yvonne has done this for 10 years, there is no way that somebody who just started would beat her. That is if Yvonne is continuously learning the tricks of a trade, the advancement of a trade, the development in the trade that she's in. But if she leaves herself at the point of skills development and independence, she would be far behind. And now people are bringing in machine and things that are going to churn out, kick the fastest and the best and the cheapest, and she's still there with the fundamental knowledge. All right? So ensure that you're learning about leadership. In everything you do, you should aim at being the leader in that thing. Because you see, it's not just about being good at what you do, it's about being the leader at what you do. If people are looking for who the best is, who the leading person is, it should be you. If they are talking about the top 3 in the world, it should be you. And that's leadership. That's not just being good at what you do. That's just execution. That is putting yourself at a point where people see you good enough to deliver on something. But you have to move on from there, because the more advanced you are in your career, in your business, the less work you do on your craft. And the more work you do on building the capacity to be able to lead and to be able to drive a vision. All right? So it's not just enough to be good at what you do. It's not just enough to be good at your skill set, your knowledge, and your competencies. You have to learn what leadership is and how to lead the market, how to lead people, how to lead yourself, how to lead the industry, how to lead even the country. So when we come to Ghana, we are looking for the top 3 public speakers. You should be part of them, because you're looking for what it would take for you to be the leader amongst the rest. And that's not just you saying it. You have to have a third-party endorsement. So that's why awards are good. That's why recognitions are good. That's why all these challenges are good. That's why when they ask you to come and do a pitch deck and all those things, it's good. Because at the end, you are demonstrating why you are the best and you're the leader in that sector. So these are the 4 things. And like I promised, I'm trying to cut my lunch time so that you can absorb a lot within a very short time. So today, I brought you 4 things you need to do beyond just being good at what you do. And like I always say, please send your suggestions, your comments. Let me know that you have different points, you have different opinions, you have different ways, that answer the question that we are asking in the afternoon, so that we can enrich the conversations for everyone. But this is what I brought you, and it's supposed to be answering the question, is being good at what you do enough? And we've already established the fact that it's not enough. It's not enough. You need to build relationships, strategic relationships. You need to work on your personal brand and your online presence. You need to work on opportunities for continuous improvement. And most importantly, you need to work on what leadership is and aim at and start working towards being the leader in your sector, in your chosen field, in your company, or in anything that you do. If you're not the best, then someone is better. And when they have enough money to give to the best, it will never come to you. So don't aim at being the second best in anything. Aim at being the best. But you see, you can't be the best when you don't know who the best is. And some of you, when we ask you what your mission and vision is, you always talk about, I want to be the best in this. Especially with your companies, when I ask for your vision statement right now, you see, I want to be the leader in this. I want to be the best in this. And every time when I see these things and I ask you, do you know who the current market leader is? And you don't know. So who are you trying to beat? You are being religious about this one too. I beg. Even churches know who the leader is. Who has the biggest share in souls in Ghana? So, my brother, my sister, make sure it's not just fantasy. It's not just wish lists. You want to be the best in IT. You want to be the best in public speaking. You want to be the best in cake making. You want to be the best in this. It's not just about saying it. It's about knowing who the best is, how they got there, and how you can beat them at the game. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But in the absence of knowing who the best is, how would you know when you are the best? Because best is comparative. You can't say you are best out of vacuum. Best against who? Best is comparative. So then when we compare you to somebody else who's also in your industry, when we compare you to somebody else who's also doing what you're doing, what are we going to say? Because in class, the best is always the one who scores the highest in exams, not the one who answers the most questions in class. So, you know those people who are always quick to answer questions and then in exams they're not the first. Don't be like that. You talk a lot, but when the game comes to play, you're not good. So, Messi is undoubtedly the best. Why? Because he's won every trophy there is in the career he has. I mean, you can't debate that. What else are you debating? Now people are coming with all sorts of conspiracy theories. They did this, they did that. But what is the truth here? Does he have it or not? Does he have all the trophies that he can possibly have in his career or not? So why is he not the best? What are you like disputing? You see, when you're the best, nobody can dispute it because there are facts that show. It's not about what you're saying. All right, so basically that's what I have for you. It's not enough to just be good at what you do. Learn these things, build on them, and hopefully when we meet again someday soon, I'm sure I'll be able to confidently say you're the best at what you do. And for me, I think that I want to be the best at continuously doing a lunch break video 1 p.m. for all the 365 days in 2023. I missed about 3-4 days before. The inspiration came like a week later, so I have a lot to catch up on. But at least when people say who is the best at doing Facebook live videos, it should be me. Right, I'm still working on getting a lot of people to come in, but I'm not a comedian, so don't expect me to be posting funny videos for you to kind of laugh. You can go to TikTok. What you come here is about how do you become the best, how do you grow in what you're doing, and how do you definitely contribute your quota to the world, to the country, to the community that you live in. So thank you for staying with me. I hope you've enjoyed the session, and I hope I'm going to see you same place, same time, God willing, tomorrow as we go into another topic that I believe will be interesting to you. So let me just say hello to those that came and sent me messages. Dovi, I owe you plenty of things. I would come back. We must go beyond good. I agree. Shadrach, thank you for joining. Yvonne, thank you for joining and giving me all these nuggets. Build strategic relationship, build your personal brand, explore opportunities for continuous growth, leave digital footprint, aim at being the best. Thank you. Maureen says thanks for the wake up call. Thank you, Maureen. All right, so Yvonne says but you too. All right, guys, so thank you so much for joining. It's been exciting having you here. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful Monday. Bye-bye.